A little combo platter of trade deadline news. Anthony Davis is headed to Washington to join the Wizards. Again, this is just video of him.
We couldn't see him.
Sitting
We couldn't get him on the court.
No, they have both. We show both.
I don't see any
play
basketball
the highlights as
being
well.
played.
We play the highlights as
He's
well.
averaging 20 and 11 this year.
Yeah.
In not many games.
Yeah.
Dallas got
20 games.
5 picks. And then we talked about it yesterday. Harden, now officially a member of the Cleveland Cavaliers. And Danny, I thought you went out on a limb there and said this makes them the favorites. Well, Vegas agrees with you. They
How
have
about that?
moved up to
Danny
win the
knows
titles,
ball.
and all of a sudden, they're the favorites to win the East. So your reaction to one of these trades or both?
Well, listen, the Anthony Davis trade is weird. Like, that's just a weird trade. Like, Dallas is doing it mainly for, like, sunk cost reasons to just move on from the Nico Harrison debacle, start fresh with Cooper Flagg, maximum flexibility around Flagg, get the worst draft pick possible. Like, that's a salary dump for Dallas. Like, it's not a basketball motivated trade. It's a financial and the future thing for them. For Washington, it's shocking, but I kind of respect it because they have such a young core of players. And do I think
Trae Young's not that young. Trae Young's in year 8. Like for
but I mean, you
Remember,
think
he did come out after his freshman year. I mean,
But sure, but like their own core group of guys, SARS in his second year, like Trey Johnson, like they have a young group of players that they did not give up. They have a pick that they think could be top 5, and then they have Trae Young and Anthony Davis. Like, it's a lot of ifs, but like if Trae Young is healthy, if Anthony Davis is healthy, if they hit on a top 5 pick in a loaded draft, they could talk themselves into being a top 4 seed in the East next year, given how bad the conference is. Again, that's a ton of ifs, but the conference is so bad, I do respect anybody who goes for it.
Yeah, can we stay on the Anthony Davis?
Yeah, that's why I
before
did
we
that
do
one
the
first.
Harden?
Yeah.
I think there is no argument as to this being bad for the Wizards, in my opinion. Because they gave up Oklahoma City's pick this year. That pick is going to be 26 or worse. And they gave up a Golden State pick in 4 years that sounds like it could be good until you find out it's top 20 protected. And then so that and players they don't, that are not part of their current, which is just trying to lose, or their future.
I mean, the argument is that Anthony Davis won't play enough games and cost a lot of money.
And that's a fair argument. Like, we're going to get into James Harden, but we've talked about him earlier, obviously. And you've talked about, we know what he is in the playoffs.
Correct.
We know what Anthony Davis is. Future Hall of Famer, yes. All that. But he is injured. We heard this same exact thing. Dallas, Kyrie, Anthony Davis, they're big guys like Gafford. They're going to be a contender in the West. And he's played 29 games since that trade for Luka. So he's just not going, I hate to say it, I hope I'm wrong. He's not going to be healthy enough.
I understand that is a totally fair concern, and it's more than a concern to your point.
At the big money, you owe him now and now he could opt out in a couple years, but you owe him like $110,000.
$1 million.
$1 million. Yeah, that would be good.
Good.
$110 million over the next 2 years.
Washington, I don't mind that because who's the last awesome free agent to sign with the Wizards? They could get a free agent though. Man, especially I don't know if anybody can get free agents.
Well, okay.
Because like free agents don't. Yeah. Nobody hits free agency. Players are like, I'd like my extension. Then would you trade me? And so this is how Washington can acquire. Like Trae Young is a risk for different reasons. Anthony Davis is a risk.
Would you have rather seen him go to if he went to a team that was close?
So that's what I was about.
I would have been like, okay, I get it. He might not be there, but if he is, you could actually get over the hump.
So that's my reaction to this is I'm surprised there wasn't a bigger market for AD. And if I'm a Warriors fan, and I see this was the price for Anthony Davis, if 23 hours from now we have not traded for Giannis, I'm livid. Because they could have beaten this.
That's fair.
And I would have thought that, again, the health risk is real, but Giannis for this season is a real health risk because the calf has been such a problem. Anthony Davis on that Warriors team
Sure.
is really interesting. And like when I would have thought they didn't have the assets to make that happen. But if this is the cost of Anthony Davis, a lot of teams had the assets. The Lakers could have traded back for him, but I'm sure Dallas wouldn't have done that. But a lot of teams could have made this, it trumped this offer.
But I think
from
that
Washington.
speaks to how low his value is, and it's not because he can't play. It's just he's just not healthy, and the big money on his.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Cleveland. You guys, understandably, are very focused on James Harden coming up short in the biggest games in the playoffs in the past. And like I said yesterday, I'm not going to defend his series ending, his playoff exits. Not going to defend it. I simply believe that you cannot win with Darius Garland in Cleveland, and maybe anywhere going forward. Like, Darius Garland is under contract for a couple more years. He's a two-time All-Star. He's 26 years old. He's a 6'1" player who's predicated on speed. He's already had toe surgery once. Now he has a separate toe injury.
Both feet.
And on both feet. And he is eligible for a 3-year, $178 million extension on top of the 2 more years that he's already on.
You don't have to give him that. Nobody has to give him that.
You don't have to, but are you committing long-term to Darius Garland? Like, is Darius Garland?
No, I would not have done. No, I don't think anybody would argue
he is
for
a
that.
depreciating asset, right? And so you got James Harden to be the third scorer and give you size, and you upgraded your defense with Keon Ellis, not with James Harden. Like, you changed your team dramatically. You have 1 year left to sell Donovan Mitchell, that there's a long-term future in Cleveland. So I think that this was a totally reasonable gamble on, we cannot win with Mitchell and Garland. This is the best we could do for Garland, so let's roll the dice out here this way.
So that second to last point you made is the one that I might take the most issue with. The idea that bringing James Harden into your team is a way to sell your superstar on staying with your team. What's the list?
They had to talk to Mitchell. And he might be wrong,
And
but
I think a lot of guys
he had to give the pass.
The James Harden experience is going to be awesome. What's the long list of, hey, buddy, can we have some references of, stars who have played with you who, after a year of it, they're like, man, sign me up for more of it. I don't know it. I'm not sure who those guys are.
What do you think happens if Chris Paul doesn't pull his hamstring in that series against Golden State?
They lose to the Cavs in the finals, but I think they beat the Warriors.
We talk completely differently about James Harden.
No, so here's the thing.
Maybe we do. I mean, maybe. You can't say.
And I don't know that this will help them entice Donovan Mitchell. That's first point. Second point, Darius Garland needs to be moved from the Cavs does not mean we have to bring in James Harden. And the third point, which is papering over James Harden's playoff failures as if it's a few tough elimination games, as opposed to these 5 horrifying graphics, which is, again, it's the 4 veteran players in the league that are superstars, MVPs, and their playoff games played. Just so level set it. LeBron's played 100 more than anybody. Steph, KD, and Harden have all played about the same amount of games, just for context. Games where they have as many turnovers or more turnovers than made field goals. A quarter of James Harden's games, 42. And then games with 5 or fewer made baskets. That's a third of his playoff games.
His bad games are very bad.
And they're all the time.
It's a lot of them.
55 compared to the other guys combined have 21
They're all
combined.
single digits.
Darius Garland has a lot of stinkers too, man.
He's not on the graph.
It is, and then I mean we could do 4 fewer. It's 35. The idea that Donovan Mitchell is going to get a playoff run with James Harden, and that's why he's going to say, I'll sign an extension, I just think I'm not saying he won't sign an extension, but I don't think James Harden being his teammate is going to help that.
Well, so the extension part is for the future. For this year, there's another way to flip that. Like James Harden in the postseason, has a lot of stinkers. He also, right now, is 4th active in playoff minutes.
Yeah.
Okay? We can show you
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
and he's 4th in points and 3rd in assists and 4th in threes.
Those are longevity numbers, and I'll give you.
But I'm saying
he has some huge playoff performances.
Yeah, and
in game 1s, game 4s,
Those
things
count.
like that.
Donovan Mitchell and
when
Evan Mobley can win game 6 and
7.
For Donovan
Look,
Mitchell and Evan Mobley.
Here's what I'll give you.
That's what everybody thinks when they sign up.
I'm
for
just
this
saying,
guy.
but his points, assists, and
But
threes
that's
are in
longevity. I mean, let's just keep it real.
Right,
I mean,
but they're in line. You would think if he was so terrible in the playoffs, he'd be 4th in minutes and 9th in
No,
points.
what people are saying, and I believe Nixon, in those big elimination games or
Put up a lot of
game
stinkers.
6s and 7s. Look, I will give you this. The Cavs are better today than they were yesterday. There's no, I think Harden, he's better than Darius Garland, period.
Yeah.
But obviously Garland isn't even playing. So he's healthy. And I still think Detroit is better. I think the Knicks are better. But the Cavs may have a shot. Boston could be, particularly if they get Tatum, they're better. And they might be better now. But here's the thing, Danny. If the Cavs did not lock up Harden or promise him, look, we're going to give you a long-term extension past next season. They probably had to agree, you're getting all your $49 million for next year.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. But if they went further than that, and he's 36 years old right now, then I think it was a downright mistake because I don't think they're winning the East as they are. But I will give you, they are better. It was a trade that made them better right now.
When I'm picking them to win the East, and I'm very excited to unveil the new official stakes of First Things First overtime, which is the currency of the show.
tower.
Well, yeah, but we now have a scoreboard.
Wow.
Shellfish Tower wagers.
Wow.
So the first one on that lower level, I won, obviously.
Caleb.
Caleb over Shedeur.
Yeah.
Where I fleeced.
It was shocking because Shedeur was so dominant.
Yeah, he's such a dominant player. And then the second one, the Shellfish Tower, still to be paid, but Wilds doesn't want to hang out with us for a few more months.
Yeah.
Right.
I
Spread 'em
owe
out.
Wilds for the wild card
Yeah.
round of Patriots Chargers.
Yeah.
And then at the top, I've got the Cavs to win the East, Shellfish Tower
Yeah, that's
against
fine.
Nick.
Against
Against
just
Oh,
the
yeah.
field?
No.
So
He
you're
does
going
not-
to
he
be
can't- I'm
paying
giving him a
2
free roll.
dinners.
No. He can't. It can only. He doesn't. Since he is taking the Cavs, there's only one way for him to win. He can't lose. It's just a free roll.
Oh, okay.
Nick is
what?
saying it's. Listen, I was willing to let him pick a team, but he
No, I'm just giving him a
He's
free
so
roll.
appalled at the idea that the
and-
favorites
So
in
if
the
they
East
win
could
the
win
If they
East,
win the
he
East,
owes me a Shellfish Tower.
And I'm going to add some to it. And if they don't make it out of round 1, he owes us a
That's
tower.
totally fine.
I think they will.
That's
but-
totally fine.
All right, from the Seafood Tower to a really cool segment.
Thank you, sir.
We're counting down to the Super Bowl, and the stats just continue to get cooler by the day. It's time for a Super Bowl edition of Packed Stats, and these are going to be extra cool.
Oh, it's a Super Bowl edition, Wild. These are the coolest stats in the game. And I know you like when I put on my gloves.
Yeah,
So
he
here
does.
they are.
It's his favorite
This
part.
is his favorite part of the whole thing.
Uh-huh.
But you know what his least favorite part has been? The briefcase.
Yeah.
He's wanted the briefcase to go away.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that. So I've added extra security
No brief.
to my. No. There's just extra security
Sure.
this week for the Super Bowl edition of the stats.
Wow.
Gentlemen, thank you.
Oh, man.
It's handcuffed to him.
It's handcuffed to him.
That's what the keys were for.
Yeah, tremendous
Hey,
security.
Got it.
Doesn't it make sense now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Lefty Lucy. Oh, no.
This would be the best if he can't.
Yes.
I got it. No.
These poor guys.
Yes.
It went perfect in rehearsal.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Okay. Someone should come in right now and just steal this briefcase.
No.
Steal the stats.
It'd be tough getting through those
You
guys.
guys know what else is cool?
What?
Security, your own personal security.
We'll get to that. Slogans. Defense wins championships. Trademarked by Wilds. Brew, I'm going to try to help you out here on picking a winner. This is the 19th time since the merger that the number 1 ranked scoring defense has made it to the Super Bowl. Seattle's the number 1 scoring defense. 14-4 previous times that the best defense has made it to the Super Bowl. That is a point in the direction of the Seahawks.
Sorry, Wild.
Counterpoint, though.
That's a big point.
From Wild's tweet earlier, they did allow, 16 points to Phillip Rivers?
Well, 16 to Phillip Rivers, and they, we have seen them get gashed moderately recently for over 500 yards. Now, that was balanced out by Max Brosmer's start, where he had 0 points. And it's that 0 point. If they could get a few field goals, the Texans would be the #1 scoring defense. And that stat would be totally thrown in the garbage. But because they shut out Max Brosmer on his debut, I believe, undrafted quarterback.
Good job, Wiles.
Do you consider them the best defense in the NFL?
He doesn't.
I do not.
You do not.
No, I consider the Texans defense to be the best.
With you?
For a few reasons. One, everybody was saying that they were the best until we lit them up. Two,
Lit them up.
the Texans defense, the most yards the Texans defense have allowed all year was 360. The most defense, the Seahawks have 4 games over 360. The Rams, 581. Last week against the Rams, 479. The Bucks, 426. The 49ers week 1, which I'll give you a pass on, 384. But the Texans were never over 360. So I lean towards the Texans, but I understand people like
Do
the
you
Seahawks.
think the Seahawks have a great defense?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so that's what I wanted. So you think they have a top 3 defense?
I think they have an elite, excellent defense. I think all of that. But I do think it's weird.
Okay, that take I think is totally reasonable.
Yeah, that's the only thing I push back on, and I think there's some friction, is scoring defense. I think the Patriots are 4th, and the Texans are 1st.
No, the Seahawks are first.
So I'm sorry, the Seahawks are first. The Seahawks are first. So it would be like if you were 6'5", and I was 6'7", and you were like, man, I work with this really tall guy, Kevin Wildes, and you're like, yo, I'm 6'5", dude. Like, that's all I'm saying. All you were talking about how tall I was, and this, and it's like, just because I was 6'7". But Bruce 6'5", but it's
You
like,
know what? With that little analogy, I'm erasing your point. It was just too much.
Because can I tell you something? Why that analogy works
yeah.
against you?
why?
If you worked with someone who was 6'5",
Yeah.
you wouldn't tell anyone about it. But if you worked with someone who was 6'7", it would come up.
Well, that's the threshold.
Like there is.
6'7" is?
Yeah. Again, I wish you hadn't done it like that. But like
6'6", Jordan.
It is 6'5" is like, wow, that's a really tall person. 6'7".
6'5" is pretty tall.
And they didn't. And
There is a
and you
difference.
no, but if someone is
2
6
inches.
foot, and I'm just going to say 6'8" because I don't want
6'8",
to
yeah.
do
You can
stupid
go
things.
6'8"
decades
tall.
without meeting a person
Right, if you're
that's 6'7".
6'8" and you didn't play major college basketball, it's like you kind of blew it.
Just saying, everyone's
And
talking about the
6'5",
6'8" guy.
it's just like you're just tall.
Hey, guys, you know what else is cool?
Sorry, Danny.
Yeah, it's okay. Not a problem. About me, guys. The Light Show is cool.
Oh, and that is
This, Wilds, I'm trying to be fair.
Yeah.
First stat was in favor of the Seahawks. Seahawks just allowed on deep passes the 2nd most yards allowed by any team this year. And it's not going to be a blizzard. It's not going to be terribly cold. Good conditions, so it'd be reasonable to assume that Drake May might be able to perform like he did in the regular season. He was the 2nd best passer this year on the deep ball. Hasn't been in the postseason playing against the great
Nick's gonna
defenses.
shoot it down.
But will we get regular season deep ball Drake May or playoff
Here's
Drake
the
May?
problem. Sorry, cool stats. This is actually kind of a Josh Troy proxy war because Josh is the regulation stat guy. Troy is the OT stat guy. And Josh explained to me that Drake May's regular season deep balls, it actually is a tale of 2 seasons. September and October, a 157 rating on deep balls, almost perfect. November and December, dead league average on deep balls. So before the playoffs started, something happened to his deep ball accuracy, which was for the first 2 months of the year, 14 of 17, and again, 0.8 away from a perfect passer rating. So that's one of my concerns for New England.
You think it's trending down consistently?
I think the 2 months prior to the playoffs, he was league average at deep balls, and that has continued in the postseason as opposed to just being a postseason phenomenon. That would be my concern there.
Just takes one. You know, I just.
I take more than that if it's a high-scoring game.
It won't be. Okay. But I'm saying I don't know if they took a few shots at Surtain, didn't work out. But you know what I mean? It's just one, it's just the Boutte catch. That's it. Just one is all we need.
So was that a point for the Patriots or not?
I'm on
looks
my
like it
own,
didn't
dude.
sway you.
We got.
I'm
on my
neutral
own.
on
Oh, you've given up on
Sertan's
trying.
out on me. Charles Woodson's out on
Every
me.
guest we've had today.
Jamar.
Everybody at the other network.
Hey, you guys.
Not everybody. 48 of 58.
48 of 58
I gotta
are
talk
on Seattle?
I've got to
Yeah.
talk
Wow,
to.
I should have included
I've
that
got to
You
stat.
know what's cool though, Wild?
What?
Underdogs.
Heck yeah. Dude.
That's Danny's bit.
You guys know what else is cool? Last one. And this is obvious. Security is cool.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
But in this context, ball security. Did you guys know that Sam Darnold and Drake May are 2 of 3 quarterbacks this year to be undefeated when they did not turn it over, when they were turnover free? Sam Darnold 8-0, Drake May 10-0. The third, friend of the show, Josh Allen. So it's an old school, maybe remedial way to analyze this, but which of these quarterbacks is more likely to play the clean game? The team that does wins the Super Bowl. Drake May has been fumbling. Sam Darnold's been known to throw an interception or two.
That's a really good question. I mean, because both of them, have had a lot of turnovers. Although Darnold, I said yesterday, if you take away the 2 regular season games against the Rams, where he had 6 interceptions, he only had 8 interceptions in his remaining, 17 games, actually.
Drake was excellent at taking care of the ball in the regular season. Sam has not turned it over in the postseason. Like that, Drake had
Last 3 games.
in the regular season 11 turnovers in 17 games. He has 5 in 3 playoff games. Darnold led the league in turnovers in the regular season. In the playoffs is yet to turn it over. They also, Danny, are the only 2 teams with winning records when their quarterback has multiple turnovers.
Yeah.
The thing about the Seahawks and the Pats, with their both being 14-3,
A lot of the win-loss records.
Right.
Any way you split it looks good.
Yeah, you slice it a bunch of ways. Like they're really good, really good. They were really good all year.
Yeah.
Undefeated though.
That's pretty good. The pretty good stats are cool.
Nice.
I liked it. I liked the security too, even though last time these guys were out here is because Chiefs won the Super Bowl.
Why did we really?
I thought they looked for
Bob and Jay had to
in a long
protect the
time.
stats, so you guys didn't take my briefcase.
It's kind of
The
sad.
briefcase just doesn't line up with the aesthetic of the leather jacket.
I ride a motorcycle with my stats handcuffed
some
on
type
a
of
briefcase.
leather
It's
satchel or
obvious.
something. Like a
It's
cool leather
obvious.
satchel.
Welcome back to the OT with Coach Mangini and Willie Colon. He had a pick 6 in last year's Super Bowl and was just named in his second year to the first team All-Pro team. Joining us from Radio Row in San Francisco, member of the Philadelphia Eagles, Cooper DeJean is with us. Cooper, man, thank you so much for the time. We know you're with us on behalf of Optimum Nutrition. Tell us a little bit about your partnership there.
Yes, great partner of mine, Optimum Nutrition, and their protein. We got a protein shake right here. Wish you guys could try it, but 40 grams of protein, good for on the go and post-workout recovery, long season. You got to take care of the body, so get your protein in you. It's a great partner of mine. Helps me out a lot, throughout the season, keeping my body ready to go.
So there's so many things that we could talk to you about, and I don't like to take these things particularly seriously. You have the best name of a podcast ever. For anyone who does not know, it is the Exciting Mics. My favorite meme on the internet is Exciting Whites. It makes me laugh every single time I see it. It is 100% of the time it hits. And so it's you and Reed Blankenship. And I am curious, Cooper, do you see yourself as some sort of inspirational figure to white kids everywhere who would like to grow up and be a cornerback?
A lot of kids have said that to me. So maybe I am. But I just go out and try to play the game the right way. And I think that's something that's very respectable, and I hope people enjoy watching.
Well, celebrity Eagles fan Shane Gillis had a comedy bit about the white cornerback going extinct. Have you talked with Shane Gillis about that you're bringing it back?
I have not talked to Shane about the white cornerback coming back. But obviously I've been around Shane, talked to him a few times, so I might have to bring that up next time. There's also a clip of Jason Kelsey talking about it too on his podcast, so I haven't talked to him about it either. But hopefully one day we can have that conversation.
Hey, Coop, can we talk about Big Dom? We're all trying to figure out this mystical legend that is on your sideline. We see him at the Senior Bowl sideline. What does Big Dom do?
anything and everything. Whatever you need done, Big Dom's got a guy for it. If he doesn't have someone, he'll find a way to do it. But no, he's a great person to be around. You know, you can go to him and talk about anything you really want. You know, but he's just an awesome person, people person. You know, he's nice to everybody he sees, but he's also great at his job.
His job, though, is senior advisor to the general manager, chief security officer, game day coaching guy. That's a long business card. Like, does he get dinner reservations? yeah, it's a long title. Like, honestly, give me some specifics. What has Big Dom done for you?
Oh yeah, you need cheesesteaks around the city. He'll get you right up to the front of the line. Dinner reservations. You know, your car gets towed, he'll get it back right away.
Oh wow, that helps.
You need security. You need a driver. You need whatever you need. He's got it. It seems like so. He's awesome to have on our side.
Hey, Coop, a long time ago in the first year at the Baltimore Ravens, I was with Kirk Ferentz. I was his offensive line assistant, one of the nicest men I've ever been around, even keeled.
Yes.
Compare Kirk's style to Nick Sirianni's coaching style.
It's a lot different. You know, Coach Sirianni, he gets pretty juiced up. You know, throughout the season, and yeah, I mean, I love the energy that he brings. You see him talking crap on the sideline to opposing teams, and you know, he tries to bring the energy, you know, each and every week. And you know, Coach Ferentz is more relaxed. I could probably count on one hand the amount of times in my 3 years there that I've seen Coach Ferentz really yell at somebody for doing something wrong. But no, I love learning from him. He taught me a lot, taught me how to be the football player I am today and the man I am, really. You know, I've learned a lot from him and his staff. Obviously, he's been there 26 years now. But it was always a dream of mine to play for him. You know, it was amazing to be coached by him.
Was it an adjustment going from like an even-keeled guy to someone who will yell at fans on a somewhat regular basis?
I think it's easier to go from an even-keeled guy to an energetic guy. To go from an energetic guy to a more even-keeled guy, I think that's a little different. So, I mean, it didn't take long for me to understand the passion that Coach Sirianni has, and yeah, I know everybody in our locker room appreciates it.
Speaking, Cooper, of your time at Iowa, have you played Caitlin Clark in one-on-one yet? Have you guys played yet?
I have not played her one-on-one. No, she keeps ducking from me, but that's all right. Maybe one day we'll get it in. Maybe we'll do it for charity or something. That'd be fun. But nah, she's amazing. I mean, I love watching her play in the WNBA and at Iowa. So, but hopefully one day we can get that one-on-one game in.
Cool. Every time you watch an Eagles game, you can see Kevin Hart, you can see Gilly and Wallow, you can see Bradley Cooper. I mean, who's the biggest Eagles fan to you?
I think Gilly's got to be the biggest Eagles fan. He was literally crying last year during the parade, I think, and at the Super Bowl. So I'm sure there was a lot of other fans crying too. But how passionate he is, you know, he's going to shoot it to you straight. That's for sure. But you know, we appreciate it and his energy that he brings, you know, to the city.
What do you mean shoot it to you straight? Is he gonna like call you out for a blown coverage? Like, is he like diagramming plays? What's going on there?
No, I've seen him say some stuff to some guys. You know, like he's coaching us, but you know, he's just really passionate. You know, and you appreciate that.
Hey, Coop, you had a great Super Bowl last year, and the day is so different than other games because you've got the elongated pregame warm-up, and then you've got the elongated halftime, then you've got the emotions of the day. For all the guys that are going through this the first time, what advice would you give them for managing that day so that they can perform at their highest level?
Yeah, I'd say don't make it bigger than it is. At the end of the day, you know, it's still 120 yards long and 53 53 1/3 yards wide, the field. Still the same football, putting on the same pads and pants you've worn all year. So don't make it bigger than it is, and throughout the week try to find a way to get some time to yourself, because it's a lot of hoopla, going around, with all the media and different things that you have to do throughout Super Bowl week. But just make sure you keep the main thing throughout the week. Still get your film study in, go through your routine, and don't make the game bigger than it is.
Coop, can I give you a tush push take? Can I run a theory past you?
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
You guys are better than this. You should be above it. I saw they ran it as kind of a joke in the Pro Bowl yesterday, and that's all well and good. But you have a quarterback who could squat 1,000,000 pounds. You have a top 5 offensive line in the sport. You have a top 5 running back in the sport. You'd be the best short yardage team without it. Coop, pass along this message. You guys do not need to resort to these rugby gimmicks in order to gain 6 inches.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have to, but it works. And you've seen the things that they can do off of it now too. We've had to get a little creative with it now, running some other plays off of it. So I think it's starting to, you got to keep teams honest a little bit, with the play now, and be able to have some different versions of it.
My theory though is that Jalen doesn't really like it. It's how could he possibly enjoy that play?
You don't think so? I mean, I've never really asked him about it, but
seems physically
Jalen Hurts likes
demanding.
winning, so
Yeah.
I disagree.
for sure.
I'd imagine he likes getting first downs on a consistent basis, so scoring
So do
touchdowns.
offensive linemen.
And it's other people's job to stop it, right?
moving the ball down the field.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's how it is.
Well, Cooper, thank you very much for joining us on the OT, and best of luck going forward, man. Thank you for the time.
Thank you.
Appreciate you guys.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.